In 2020, we lost 80% of our business. We didn't know when it was coming back. We knew eventually it'd come back, but we didn't think it'd be back for a while. I'm 41. I started this company when I was 26. And there's something that happens when you start a company like Airbnb and suddenly you're like in your 20s, you have this idea, and then one day like hundreds of millions of people use your app. That's a crazy experience. Most people have never experienced that, and I was lucky enough to have that experience. But one of the things that happens to a lot of founders like me is people can sometimes kind of fall out of love with their core business. They have this huge success and they want to go on to the next thing. And I had that experience before the pandemic. We were focusing on like flights and all these different businesses. And then the pandemic happened and we had to get back to the roots. We lost 80% of our business and we had to like save the business, save the company. At that moment, I think we all fell back in love with the core business.
I'm just curious sort of your view and thought on like how both like some of the layoffs in tech have gone as of late, whether you guys see more coming for Airbnb, where you guys are in that space after the 2020 layoffs.
In 2020, we let off 25% of our workforce, which is a lot. First thing I did is I wrote this letter that was very transparent. We went step by step about what happened, how we got here. We gave people a large amount of severance, a large amount of healthcare in a pandemic, but we did some really unique things, like we created an alumni directory, so if anyone got laid off, they could opt in for us publishing the information in a directory and other recruiters could reach out to them. And I believe we had like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people visit their profiles, and a large amount of people got other offers. So I was proud of how we handled it. We only have 6,000 employees. We did more than $3 billion of free cash flow last year. So that basically means we do nearly around $500,000 per employee in free cash flow, not revenue, free cash flow. We do more than $1 million per revenue per employee. So we're a really lean company, and we only were planning on hiring 7% more staff this year before the economy slowed down, not because we didn't want to grow fast, but because sometimes the fastest way to grow is to have really small teams that can move really quickly and nimbly. So yeah, we don't have to make any more changes. The business is going really well. And if anything, we're not stepping on the brakes. We're really probably stepping on the gas.
How do you ensure that the hosts are living up to a particular quality?
So I think the name of the game is reasonableness and transparency. So that's what we're doing on Checkout Task. More broadly, Airbnb is as good as our host. We're as good as our homes. And I've been obsessed over making sure homes are good value. We have great customer service. People feel safe. It's really good quality control. Not focusing yet on the next big moonshot, making sure that the core service works as you expect and it exceeds your expectations. And that's really one of the main thing that I'm focused on right now. We have lots of exciting innovations coming later next year. We have lots of huge new ideas coming in 2024. But the first priority of the company is to make sure that what we're known for, people love. Because if they don't love it, they don't want anything new from us.